Listen up, everyone. I need you to take what I'm saying very seriously. I'm going to give you a ton of fresh, critical, crucial information on this partnership that no other video has ever given you before, even though BlackRock made a very big statement yesterday. Then what's the latest? Securitize, which will soon be available to RLUSD XRPL holders, allows USV-bill tokenized fund investors at BlackRock, BUIDL, and VanEck to redeem shares for RLUSDETH. This is essentially enterprise-grade on-chain liquidity that will be deployed on the XRPL. This is an entirely novel application that nobody had considered before. A great deal of the stock market has been tokenized, and there is a great deal of liquidity on the blockchain. All parties involved in this relationship, including XRP holders, will nevertheless benefit greatly from this. Even if the underlying blockchain technology isn't completely clear to some of you, XRP stands to gain immensely from a proliferation of billions of dollars worth of transactions on the XRPL, regardless of whether or not those transactions are denominated in XRP. Just so you're aware, USDT stable currencies process daily transactions on the Ethereum chain totaling billions of dollars. As a result, many buy Ethereum with the intention of paying the gas fees and then holding on to it due to the network adoption effect. Now we're seeing some of the biggest names in finance utilizing Ripple's extensive suite of services on the XRPL to accomplish their goals. VanEck and BlackRock are just a couple of these organizations. The volume is in the trillions of dollars, and that's not even counting. I'm going to show you how big of a deal this is by breaking out the real numbers here. Plus, many people still haven't done this. What we are seeing now is effectively Ripple's RLUSD stablecoin integrated as a redemption off-ramp for Securitize, BlackRock, and VanEck's funds, as disclosed by Ripple. With the impending release of complete XRP ledger support, holders can now exchange shares for RLUSD whenever they choose. This establishes the XRPL as a layer for these assets settlement, capitalizing on its efficiency and cheap fees. Tokenizing RWA is made easier by XRP's function as a liquidity bridge and cross-chain transfer asset, whereas RLUSD is responsible for main redemptions. This is just a small element of the larger story surrounding BlackRock and VanEck's use of XRP for RWA tokenization. All real-world asset tokenization is effectively being tested in this beta version. In the future, this will be the biggest industry. On numerous occasions, BlackRock has stated their desire for RWA tokenization to become the standard. If they can achieve their goal of quick liquidity for these solutions and the ability to trade anything, real estate included, then everything will be possible. A trend toward fractionalized real estate transactions is on the horizon, which would allow someone to buy a small part of a building, say 1%, and earn a tidy profit from rent payments made instantly. Tokenization of assets will eventually take this form. All of the transactions will be recorded on the XRP ledger, and you will be able to acquire a fractional ownership in large corporations and receive payments directly from those businesses. As a company, BlackRock sees this as the way forward, and it marks their initial move in that direction. They aim to tokenize hundreds of trillions of dollars on the XRPL if they succeed. You need to be more assertive. Because of the exponential growth in its use expected over the next 5 years, I felt compelled to bring it up. Indeed, Grokk's current position is that XRP's price will be pushed between $10 and $15 in a bullish, strong institutional flow scenario, and that this alliance is all it takes. The price of XRP might reach $50 to $120 by 2030. Here, exchange-traded funds are not included. Not included here are other types of cross-border payments or anything similar that XRP can handle. The RWA component is the only one being discussed here. Allow it to settle in for a moment. I want you all to give it some serious consideration. At the moment, XRP is doing nothing, but this upgrade is likely the biggest one for XRPL. Trading at $2.96 right now, yeah. There has been some movement today, but that pales in comparison to what's possible in the future. I expect XRP's value to rise significantly from where it is today, so I want to stay onto it for a while. I also think it's critical that you all know that the Fed will likely keep cutting rates. Consequently, a confluence of events is imminent. There will be an unprecedented, skyrocketing increase in institutional demand for XRP. The sum in question is in the trillions of dollars, an amount that has never before been seen coming in. A tsunami of new capital will wash into the markets as a result of the Federal Reserve's rate drop, which will increase liquidity. This is the result. Furthermore, the data cannot be denied. When the Federal Reserve lowers interest rates, stock prices rise 3 months later and almost invariably close higher a year later as well. Even though this is the simplest wager you've ever made, I have no doubt that some of you will find a way to screw it up. If you listen to a bearish person who isn't well informed and gives you the incorrect piece of information, you could end up in a terrible situation. Allow me to refresh your memories on the facts. People aren't looking for work. There must be a rate cut by the Federal Reserve. Reducing unemployment is their top priority, and they will fail to fulfill this duty unless they lower rates. The current rate of unemployment is comparable to that which was observed in February of 2020 when the pandemic was at its height. That is why this month they reduced their fees. Because of this, rate cuts are expected to occur again next month and possibly the month after that as well. 2 additional rate decreases are anticipated before the year ends, according to their projections. That should cover everything. We witnessed the effects of even a 25 basis point drop in November. Go back. You can see the value of XRP last November by looking at the pricing. Prior to that, I was writing daily about XRP and stating the exact same thing that I am saying today. Prices move in response to rate reduction. Without question, they do. Those are the unvarnished truths. That's the way it is, and contrary to what most people will tell you, it takes time. The market debut occurs after around 3 months, and naturally, as I was mentioning earlier, in general, we consistently close higher based on prior examples 12 months later. Here we are with XRP today at 296. It was enjoyable running up here. You can see that we hit rock bottom sometime around here. In the past, we were trading below 267 or some such level. I believe we've reached rock bottom, but of what? 2.6798, isn't it? Around that area, we make our purchases. We must ascend to ever greater heights. At this very moment, we are trading at about $3. At the moment, 296. That is fantastic. We recently had a fantastic entrance, and now we're cashing in on the great pump-up following a strong fall. There is a visible example of one of the purchases. This is where we're taking our profits. You can accomplish what I've set out to do, get access to all these trades, in 2 ways. The most important thing is to learn how to use the Crusader signal, which will show you the lowest and highest points, all right? The buy and sell signals are sent to you instantly, and they're really precise, all right? It's the first. The indicator is available for registration right now. It's child's play. In the past 5 months, we have conducted a simulation. During the last 5 months, while XRP's price was flat, you could have made 4 times as much money by following this signal, wouldn't you? The months in which the price of XRP explodes are not included in our calculation. Let's keep this simple. XRP has been trading flat for the past 5 months. Using this indicator, you can quadruple your money. Our computer models have shown that to be true. Additionally, during instances of extreme XRP price increases, I have managed to quadruple my initial investment within just 1 month by implementing the method outlined by this indicator. Therefore, I want you all to be prepared for it because it will happen shortly. You won't be able to locate the entries, exits, and everything else that this indicator gives you until you have it. Simple as pie, purchase, sale, boom. It's as simple as that. Just pick a plan that works for you. Monthly, quarterly, or annually. I'm done. Your uncle is Bob. Holy cow. Get down there, dudes, and sign up for whichever one you choose. It's as simple as that. I understand. You should definitely do that. See you all soon if you're interested in subscribing and giving the content a big thumbs up. With all my love. Have a nice day. The transcription was performed by turboscribe.ai. Remove this message by subscribing to Unlimited.